G'day guys, just a short video to show you a DIY tool that I made to remove the cylinder valves so I could clean them and put them back on the thing. So I had to make my own tool because I couldn't afford the $100 that it costs to buy one of these things. So I made my own one. So I'm just filming it so maybe I could help somebody out with the idea from it, or yeah, maybe you'll be able to make one if you want to. If you can afford it, just go ahead and buy it because it's a really nice tool. But if you can't afford it and you had to make one like me, maybe this will give you an idea of, yeah, or something that might be able to help you. So okay, I'll just show you that it works first, and then I'll show you what it's made from and how I put it together. Thank you. Okay, so this is the cradle part that's going to hold the valves down for me. Yeah. So yeah, as I turn this screw, the spring presses down and the valve ends up sticking up. Or I guess you just know exactly how it works, but yeah, just I'm trying to give you a proper picture of what's happening. Okay, yeah, now you press it down till the valve sticks out really good, so give you enough space to put those little clips in. So these are the ones that we're trying to put back in so that the valves stay in their proper place. And yeah, it isn't as easy as it looks, but yeah, with a little bit of practice you end up doing it properly. So yeah, that's the first clip. It sits in there like that, and then I'm gonna have to put the second clip in there as well. Yeah, are you getting a good angle with this? Yeah, just show them the clip and how I'm trying to put it in. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Just from a different angle so I can do. Yeah, can you show them like from that hole? Yeah, if you can show them from there, it'd be better. Okay, so yeah, it's a little bit technical. You just have to get those little clips in exactly the right spot that they need. So just 1 second. Okay, put that at the right angle, and then we'll try again. Okay, that looks like one of them. Sweetie, I can't do it. See, like that, got the phone right in front of my face. Yeah, just keep from there, and then I'll tell you to have a look as soon as I've got it in properly. Okay, that's the first clip I've got in there. Now I have to put the second clip in there as well. Okay, we're putting the second clip in there. You just got to fiddle with the valve a little bit just to get the proper clearance, because these clips aren't easy to go into that little section where they have to be in. And yeah, you've got to just sometimes put the valve exactly in the center, in the middle, so this little clip can slip in exactly where it needs to be, which is opposite of the other one. Okay. Okay, maybe you could come and have a look from here. I've got both clips in there properly. Let's go a bit closer like that, so I can have a proper look. Yeah. Yeah. So both clips are on there properly now. All I have to do now is, so I have to unscrew this little bolt now, and hopefully the clips will stay in their proper spot. And yeah, as it comes up, can you get a view on the clips as it's coming up?
No.
We'll just try, get as close as possible as you can, give them a view. Okay. Yeah, come from this way then, come from this way. Yeah, just showing them clips and how they are. Can you see them? Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, it's a bit better. Okay, so as I unscrew this little tool that I've made, yeah, the cradle goes up and the clips stay where they are, and the valve stays exactly where it is as well. And yeah, so it works. And yeah, the clips stayed there exactly where they have to be, and that's another one I've successfully put on. And you know, I'll just remove this little tool that I've made properly and show you exactly how I made it. So yeah, and that's all it is. Okay, I'll remove it for you.
The top one.
Yeah, okay. Okay, this tool that I made, this is the cradle bit.
You want to be on?
It's okay. Yeah, this is the cradle bit. It's from a piece of a pipe, and then I used the drill and I made a hole on either side. And I chose this particular pipe because it was strong enough and it won't bend, because every other thing I tried using ended up crumbling, but this one stayed strong. It's just from a normal pipe, a water pipe. Anyway, and the top part is part of a just a little container, aluminium container, and I cut the end of it off, the bottom part, and I put it in there with a little bit of cradle support, which is this part here. And yeah, that's the cradle, that's the cradle bit that sits on top of the valve. And then yeah, I put that cap on the top there so this bolt can sit inside of it and it doesn't move around. And as I screw this around, it either pushes the valve down or the other way pushes it, but it lets it come back up. And these little bolts that I've chosen are exactly the same size as the originals that go onto the that hold the cam. Stay right there, one sec. Right there. Yeah, the originals, which is these ones that hold onto the cam and they keep the cam in place. This is the one that would sit right there like that. So these screws are exactly the same size as that. That's why I chose them, so it can sit in exactly the right position that it needs. Make sure you get the angle, exactly the angle that you need, and I use that to brace it up. It's just a piece of building material, a bracket for the wall or the roof. It's just a bracket, and yeah, just use the screw to hold that in place. Drilled the holes. This is only a piece of wood, if you're wondering. It's not a piece of metal because it looks silver, but it's not a piece of metal. It's only a piece of wood, and yeah, it was strong enough to hold it, to do this job properly. And I was very surprised by that, because I was thinking metal, but yeah, wood ended up being strong enough. And so yeah, and I put the bolt on the inside of that there, so this screw can go down and up according to what I need. So I've made that bolt part of this bracket here and got it at the right angle, and I had to make this long screw from a piece of bolt, a long bolt. I had to modify it, so I used the screw, I cut the top of it off, and then I made it for a flathead screwdriver can be the key that turns it. So yeah, I used the grinder and made a little hole, a little groove in there so that the screwdriver can be used, because it gets a little bit hard. The springs are very strong, so you're going to need a screwdriver like that to turn it and to unturn it. So that's about it, guys. And this side I measured it properly so that when I'm doing the other side springs, I have to turn it around like that. So that means I have to turn this one around as well. So all I have to do is unscrew that bolt, turn this the other direction, and then it's ready to go for the other side ones. So the way it is now, it does the right hand side valves, and when I turn this to the other side, it will do the left valves. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you've picked up an idea or something that you like. So yeah, I was glad to share it with you guys. So thanks. If you like it, subscribe, and yeah, like it and subscribe if you want. And yeah, sometimes I get good ideas and you might learn something. So thank you very much, guys. Yeah, thank you. Bye.